Okay, Wednesday, the 21st of May. Um, Again, we installed these packages April 18th. I'm going to be doing inspections of my last two Langstroth hives here. Um, these hives last week we installed second deeps, and um, if you hopefully you know this, but if you pull a frame of brood up into the second deep, it'll encourage the bees to come on up, and I think that's what we had in the last one we just inspected. Smoker lit here. I use burlap that we get from a local Habitat for Humanity restore place downtown Spokane here. It's like $2 a bag. Burns nice smoke, not too hot. It's pretty consistent, and it's cheap. So we've got, let's see, what do we got here? We've got this hive was queen right. We were sitting at about 32 pounds before we added our second deep. I only weighed the bottom box, obviously. It's about a little after 3 p.m., so foragers are coming back. Hive's going to be a little bit more populated. I'm going to weigh them again and just check out what we got going on here. And you should, whenever you're smoking a hive, you should actually put some smoke in it and let it sit for a minute. Not a lot of beekeepers do that. But that's a good little trick to have. Just kind of lets them settle for a second. This hive has not been terribly aggressive. Plenty of eggs, larvae, and brood last week. Again, we added this second deep. All of the second deeps that we added had some honey. So they already had some honey in them. They also had some pollen resources, and everything was drawing comb. On the last hive that we had, I did not see that they were necessarily pulling out a lot of comb. And there's some of the, even though they had drawn comb on it, some of the comb needed to be repaired, and they hadn't done that yet. We have seen a little bit of nectar pulled in. They have plenty of food. And in the last hive, we saw that this upper box had actually pretty decent population. So we'll see what we got here. Also, in the last hive, the queen was in the upper box, and she had been laying out that upper box. Again, just doing the math on these hives is, if we installed them on the 16th or 18th, I forget which it was. It's either the 16th of April or the 18th, whichever it was. I think it was the 18th. 21 days from whenever she started laying is when the first eggs start to emerge into bees. And from that, you get another 21 days before they become foragers. Well, in all of my hives, she was laying pretty quickly. And so that would put us at right about the 30th, so next week, before we start seeing new foragers. So I'm going to weigh these hives first, just get a good weight on them. And so what I wanted to do today, my goal, because you should always have a goal when you're inspecting a hive, my goal, it's 12.2. 12.4, so just around 25 pounds. My goal for this hive today is just to see how they're doing, because in the next week or so, we should be sort of getting into the nectar flow. So I want to be prepared that, and I'll tell you, on these hives, I actually have no drawn comb in a super. So all of my supers are blanks. So they're going to have to draw the comb, which means they've got more work to do. And that's why I wanted to get them on these frames now, because these already have drawn comb, and they're actually putting nectar here in frame 1. So they're getting nectar from somewhere good. So that they can get them kind of filled up, and then I'm going to get the supers on them probably next week, because that's when a lot of our bees will become foragers. So they're putting nectar in here. This is frame 2. No eggs. No sign of the queen up here on this one. No, maybe I spoke too soon. Yeah, I think I do have eggs. Yeah, I do. I have eggs. She might even be up here. Well, then let's check this side better. I don't see a whole lot here. So, but there is eggs on this one for sure. She's laid quite a few, actually. So when you're looking for your queen, start from the outside and work in. But what's interesting is on both of these, on both sides, you can see they've kind of got this brood chamber space open in the middle, and they're all just working on the outside. But essentially what I'm trying to do here is just see, do I need to add my supers yet? And I think what I've decided in all of these is, oh yeah, we got larvae right here. Eggs, larvae. She laid this all the way out. Yep. And this was blank. So she's laid this out. This queen is just, she's a gangster. I'm actually surprised now that she isn't on the last frame that I was just on. Yeah, basically, we're going to have a whole new set of foragers here coming up. Now, we're also going to have the package population should be dying right now. That's a fully capped brood frame. Oh yeah, you can see it on both sides. See, now I could close this thing up because technically I've seen everything I need to see, but I enjoy searching my hives, so I will keep on going. But my goal is I have no frames of drawn comb on any of my supers. I've never had, in the 3 years I've been doing this, I've had horrible luck with my queens, and I always seem to have some kind of issue right around the nectar flow. Either I lose a swarm, or essentially they kind of start over. And I just have never had a year where I've gotten to the point where they've drawn anything on my supers. It sucks, but it's happened. So I am working this year. My number one goal is to get supers drawn out and get honey into my supers. Last year I had to combine some hives, and I did get some harvested honey. There's eggs. There's quite a bit of pollen and quite a bit of nectar in this one, actually. It's a nice looking frame. I'm really actually surprised I'm not seeing her right now. Sometimes they ball up on her, and she can be a little hard to see. But I did get to harvest about 32 pounds of honey from my hives last year, but I had to consolidate everything. It's been a mess. So looking at this one is drawn comb, but it doesn't look like it has anything in it. On this back side, it actually looks pretty barren. They still haven't drawn out the middle. Last year when they spun my honey, the frame they gave me back, a lot of the wax had collapsed on it. So that's why the center of this is sort of collapsed. And if you don't know the math, bees that are drawing wax are typically 10 to 18 days old. Hi, baby. Hi. This little girl's wanting to take a little trip around and see what I'm all about. So I'm going to let her. This frame here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're building some wax on it. They've got some pollen deposits. They got a little bit of nectar. Backside has way more nectar on it. There's an emergency queen cup, but it is not filled, not charged at all. I'm not seeing any signs of swarming, which I would be really surprised at since I gave them all this room last week. I would be stunned if they were trying to swarm, but we did get a swarm the first year that we had bees out of a package. We got a swarm. This is all pollen, some nectar, a lot of bee bread. Backside is all honey capped, some nectar. Now the capped honey is likely, I gave them a few frames of that here when I put this box on. And that's likely where most of our weight is coming from. But all in all, this hive is getting a lot of future resources built in here and looking really strong. I didn't see my queen, but I'm going to bet money she was probably up here. So what did we say? 25 pounds on this one. This hive is super active right now. Like there's a lot of bees doing orientation flights. So you can tell several of our bees are getting ready to become foragers, which is great. That's what we need. We need forager bees right now. I had one when I was out here just a little bit ago that just insisted on, she followed me to the cart. She hung out with me. Now you can see I lifted this off, and I don't know if you can see it, but they're immediately popping off. They're not really excited about me being out here right now. These package bees were exceptionally aggressive, in my opinion, for bees that had nothing to really defend. They were really, really aggressive when I got them. And I'm hoping that the new queen, so we got 14 pounds down here. And 13.7. So 28 pounds ish on this box, which is really good. But the package bees we got this year were, I would say, rather aggressive. Um, usually when you get a package of bees, they don't have any honey to defend. They don't have they don't have any brood or anything. And I'm here to tell you what, you wouldn't have known it. Ah, all right, let's try that again. All right, got some girls coming in with some pollen. You're going to have a little bit of an emergency cup. Backside of frame one is all nectar and capped honey. This is a frame I gave them. Backside of this, the side that's against the wall, has only a few bees, a lot of honey, some pollen, a little bit of new nectar, but nothing major. Looks like we got one there. I love this hive tool, by the way, because it's got the J hook, it's got that little hook on the end here, and it's got your flat edge. And it's just, in my opinion, if you're going to have a hive tool, you might as well have one that has everything you need. Let's see. This one has some nectar on it, so they're bringing nectar in. There's some brood, not a ton, but there is a little bit of brood. Backside of this, I'm seeing some drones. I see some nectar, pollen, capped brood. It's a good looking frame right here. This hive is doing really well. I'm really pleased with it. I'm going to announce the names of these hives here and on a contest I did on LinkedIn for my professional community. This thing is all the way laid out on both sides. Really great frame. Honey in the corners. They're bringing in nectar. This hive's gonna blow up here in a couple days. A lot of little bees coming up to see what I'm up to. Those are guard bees. I got some pollen pants on her. This has a lot of pollen in the middle. Again, same thing I saw in the other hive. Looks like it had quite a bit of brood in the middle already hatch out. Backside is just all capped brood. Look at that. Hopefully you can see that. That is just all capped brood. We got some drones at the bottom. It's good looking. Good looking. Yesterday was World Bee Day. Posted a lot about that. It's just and it's not just honeybees that need help, right? I'm trying to help all the bees that we can. Let's see, we've got some larvae. We got plenty of capped brood here. This backside is larva, capped brood, pollen stores. It's a good looking frame. It's got pollen all the way on the edges, like hardly any honey at all. A few of these center cells they're filling with some nectar, but really good looking frame. I need to be careful that I don't drop this. Got some waggle dancing going on. I love seeing that. So the big nectar source here in my land, and really around us, there's a couple. Early in the year, there's serviceberry bushes. We have quite a bit of chokecherry, which is good. We have snowberry, and then we get a lot of purple vetch and knapweed up here. So that is primarily what we're waiting on here, and it's going to come up right quick. So this is frame 6. Got more waggle dancing going on. Pretty good source somewhere around here. Pointing, she's waggle dancing that way, and pretty strong waggle dance. That indicates a pretty decent source. I definitely have eggs and larvae, capped brood that's starting to emerge. So the cycle is happening here pretty well. Good little waggle dances. And that's why I wanted to make sure I got out here and check these now, because I didn't get to them last Saturday because it just frankly was really cold. We've been having this weird thing where we get warm and then all of a sudden we have a cold snap, which we did last week. We got some rain, which was much needed, but we really had a decent cold snap. And then it warmed back up, and then we got rain again, and then it's gonna warm up this weekend, and then it's gonna cool down again next week. So this frame is 7 on the back side of it. We've got a lot of pollen, but on the brood on the outsides, it looks like all the brood that was in the middle has emerged. I don't see any eggs laid back. I don't think. No, it doesn't look like it's been laid back, but they've definitely emerged. Now, I haven't been really being keen on looking for my queen because, frankly, I see enough proof that she's here. I'm not worried about it. I'm just seeing what they're doing. Oh, yeah, we got some waggle dancing. That's funny. They're all almost in sync, doing the same exact waggle dance. I don't know if you can see them here, but they're waggle dancing towards this corner pretty aggressively. So somewhere around here, there's something for them. The bees here have emerged. It does not look like my queen has laid it back. So this is frame 7. And last frame here. We'll get on to our last hive for the day. It's good to see them waggling and good to see them bringing in. Now this frame has a little patch of brood in the center on the back side of it. Then it's like 60% pollen, like just packed with pollen. And then up in the corners, there's nectar. So they're finding nectar somewhere here and bringing it in. That's great. Back side of this is not very full, but they do have some capped honey. They do have some pollen stores. They have not drawn this frame all the way out to the bottom either. So I did not see my queen, but that's okay. I got plenty of queen activity and I don't need to see her every trip. I try not to overdo it looking for her. If she wants to be seen, she'll let me know. But yeah, all in all, really pleased. This is a good looking hive. Very strong. And there we go. And this is why when people say like keeping a ton of hives is hard, because you can't look this slow through a ton of hives. You just can't do it. You'd be out here all freaking day. I mean, I was out here for an hour earlier and only got through like 4 hives, and 2 of them I didn't check for more than 2 minutes. So it's something to think about as I want to expand my apiary for sure. Looks like I did a horrible job on my smoker. Make sure I didn't leave my queen down there. Come on. Get this one lined up. do such a good job of that last week. Well, there we go. It's funny, I love listening to the buzz inside the hive. You just hear this nice, calm, soft buzz of the bees. It always makes me happy. Happy, happy, happy. Happy belated World Bee Day, ladies. You're fantastic. And I love you. And they're doing really well. I love the activity in the front. They're definitely orienting more foragers every day. So if you don't know, every day a few more foragers come out, they orient. You'll see them do it, usually between 10 and 2. They'll be out here doing their figure eights. And yeah, that's what they're doing. So on to the last one.